Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a monthly check-in for the month of August. I'm gonna go over the struggles I faced during writing my novel, and then my progress, and also my goals for the next month. So for August, I basically rewrote my whole draft. I mean, I was only at I think I only had 4 chapters during my first draft anyway, so and the pacing was not going as well as I wanted to. So I decided to just rewrite the whole thing before I get too far. I prolonged the scenes that I already have. I divided them into more chapters because there were so many things happening in one chapter that it kind of like muddled the theme of that chapter. So I decided to divide it into more chapters. I think from the 4 chapters that I wrote, I was able to write 9 chapters out of it. So that's where I'm at right now. I am currently on chapter 9. I find that rewriting the whole thing made it clearer and more focused. Before, it kind of just went everywhere. There were so many things happening that, I mean, the beats were still there, it's just going so fast that I feel like I could have finished that story, the whole thing, in less than 20 chapters. But I wanted to give it more breathing space and have more time to like linger on the characters' thoughts, and for readers to kind of have more time to digest what's happening instead of going on to the next scene right away. The chapter that I really had trouble with writing was chapter 9. It's the newest, I guess it would be the newest chapter. It's this chapter that I haven't written yet, so it's still kind of making sense in my mind. So it's still a mess right now. So I'm trying to see how it goes. I know where I want the characters to end up on, but I didn't know how to kind of bring about that change. I think I spoke about it in my previous video. It's Kieran's introduction scene. I know how I want her to show up in the later chapters, but I don't know how I want to hint at her presence in the later chapters. So I don't want it to make it seem like it's just a coincidence. I wanted to make it more deliberate for things to have happened the way it does. I'm actually going back on my Save the Cat beat sheet because I know how some of the chapters are going to go. I just don't know like the details of it. But one scene that I really like, actually I it's the scene that I like the most anyway. Not the scene, but like the POV that I like the most. I like writing Ro, but I love writing Nico's and Cal's dynamics. It's sometimes easier to write Nico's and Cal because I feel like I've had more time to think about their relationship compared to Ro and the other characters. I think Ro and Minette, I've thought about them before. I wanted to be like a sibling type dynamic, but it's like I guess adopted siblings, and they're kind of growing into each other, but not yet at the point where they're comfortable. But Nikos and Cal, they have history, so it's much easier to give them conversations that are heavy and also light at the same time, because they know each other's, I guess, boundaries when it comes to joking around. So that's why I like writing Nikos and Cal. I also like writing Nikos and Davin, just because they're like both really smart and also have like a, I mean, Davin has it. He's a bit of a, not sassy, but like he has an attitude, but he's very paternal maternal. He's very protective of Minette and Cora, which I really like. I think the part that I really struggle with is Rose beginnings. It's tricky to write someone that's basically not sentient, but like Ro is not feeling like a human yet. Like it's very much struggling with its inorganicness, I guess. Like it doesn't know how to process reactions. It always deals with feelings as reactions to things that are, I mean, that's basically what feelings are, but it's coming to terms with emotions. And I've been struggling with how to kind of explain it. That's why I'm avoiding explain not re- I don't really need to explain it, but like I don't know why Ro is becoming more human compared to other androids. I know the latest androids are much more human because of their, updated programmings and stuff. Their appearance are more human. But for Ro, I'm struggling with how to not really justify, but I'm struggling how to show the difference between another model, another android that's the same model as Ro, why it's not dealing with the same things. But I feel like I don't need to explain that anyway. It's just the culmination of the experience that Ro had. It's been living for 20 years, mostly at the hotel that it previously worked at. So it's like it's absorbing other people's identity, you could say. I think that's why Ro is the way it is. But yeah, that's my main struggle. I don't know how to the beginnings for Ro is really tricky because it's still learning about emotions and stuff. I feel like once it has more time to kind of understand emotions, I will be able to write Row easier. I haven't had, in terms of like my time management and just like making sure that I write something, I had written a lot because I basically rewrote the whole thing. I wrote 17,000 words this month, but I feel like it's gonna slow down soon just because I don't know where the story is. I mean, I know where it's going. It's just that this specific scene, sometimes I don't know where it's going. So my writing pace will definitely slow down. I've been getting less distracted. I think it's mostly because I've started on the ADHD medication, but I still have like moments where I get sidetracked. Yeah, I think writing newer scenes is always hard for me. I don't know how they go usually. That like I don't plan out scenes step by step. I mean, I plan out chapters just so I basically know how long the story will be, but I don't plan out scenes. I don't know. I know what should happen, but I don't know like each moment. I haven't been doing anything else other than writing. I've been reading. I read In Memoriam, which I really liked, by Alice Wynne. It's a World War I historical fiction about two men or boys, teenagers, who joined the war. It's I wouldn't say it's like the Song of Achilles, but it is. I just really like the writing and the characters. I cared a lot about each and every one of them. But yeah, it's a nice book. I tried reading This Is How You Lose the Time War or We Lose. I don't remember. But it's not for me. I don't. The writing is not for me. I didn't finish it. I think I was just uh on the first chapter and I was like, nah. But it's fine. Maybe someday I'll read it, but right now it's not for me. I'm also starting a new job. It's basically the same job. It's just a different position. I used to work part-time, but now I'm working temporarily full-time. It's not much of a change from my original schedule. But yeah, I'm working full-time now. I mean, technically I was working full-time before as well. I just because I pick up shifts. But yeah, I've been using Loreforge again to write my beat sheet and just planning out the other chapters. I want to find like a good. I know I used Milanote before, but since I'm using the free version, I don't have a lot of like panels. I don't know what they call it to use. But I want to find a good program that I can kind of map out the story. I know Obsidian is good, but there's a learning curve for it. It's I haven't had the time to watch videos on how to use it properly. But I know I've heard Obsidian is a good one. I haven't been updating my Pinterest. There was another a program that's like what was it called again? Arena? I don't know how to use it, but they say it's kind of like Pinterest. But I don't know how to use it, so I need to research on that. There are a few new characters that I don't there's one that's gonna be coming back, which is Kieran. Kieran's brother, Geo. I don't know if I want him back. He's basically the bully that like attacks Ro. But I don't know. I feel like I want him to come back, but at the same time, I don't know what role he would play. But I know Kieran will come back. Yeah, right now I really like where the story is. I'm hoping to be able to write as much for the next month. I want to read more books that kind of have the same, not themes, but like the same vibes as my story. I think what was it called? Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. I think it's called Clara and the Sun. Clara and the Sun. Let me see. Yeah. I think that has kind of the same, not the same vibe maybe, but more on the themes as my story. Also, Blade Runner, the book, do electric sheeps. No, wait, do androids dream of electric sheeps? I have the book. I haven't. I mean, I started it before, but I wasn't in the headspace to read sci-fi. So I stopped. But I have the book. I'll read it soon. I haven't started writing my turning my screenplay into a short story yet. The Apostles. I don't know if you've seen the video. But yeah, I have a screenplay that I want to turn into a short story. I've been searching online about screenplay contests, but some of them have already closed. Some of them are still open, but I need to read up more on those. I might do another read and then see if there's anything else I can edit before submitting. But I don't know, but most of the ones that I saw I think had to be a film. There are some that are for scripts, but I think most of them have closed. But I'll see again. Yeah, so basically this month I wrote 17,000 words because I rewrote the whole thing. I don't track hours I write. I just make sure that I write something, if not every day, then at least maybe 3 times a week. I now have Sunday off, so I'm gonna dedicate my time to filming and writing on those days, Sundays. I want to be able to at least finish Act 2 because Act 1 is basically almost done. Act 2, I want to finish before. What did I say before? I think I said September, but that's next month. I want to finish it before November. I won't have a vacation this year because I just started a full-time position, but I'll see if I can finish Act 2 by November. I'll try to keep track of my hours just, for accountability. So that would be maybe 10 chapters for to write before November. And yeah, that's what I have for August. It was not so tough. It was fine. I was able to kind of clarify some beats in my story and just make it cleaner in my head. And then for September, I want to be able to September, October, maybe finish at least half the first half of Act 2, and then the second half on October. But yeah, that's what I have for this month. I will check back in again in September, probably around the last week of September. And yeah, that is all for today. See you on my next video.